Tonight, a biology class from our own Grace High School has discovered that our river water system isn't as clean as we thought.
Also, Hallie Nolina was kidnapped in Nicaragua while working.
A group of women have band together to clean up our river system in a very creative way.
Many of the citizens of Grace have joined together to give Grace a historic place status.
Hello, I'm Elliot Bailey.
And I'm Blake Brooks.
And this is Gracetown News.
Tonight, we start with our first story. A Grace High School biology class was doing a study on microorganisms in our river water. In this test, the students took samples from the water and counted the organisms. After Miss Cody Nolina, a teacher new to Grace High this year, found that none of the students had found any organisms in the water, she became very confused. Miss Nolina soon realized that she had stumbled upon much more. She then contacted the Environmental Protection Agency, and the EPA took samples to find that the river is in fact dead. Upon more investigation, GTN found a few Black Mountain mining plans to try to implement to avoid cleaning the river. The first plan is to dam up the river, and the second includes rerouting the river down the opposite side of the mountain. If any of these plans are placed into effect, the orchards and the other farms will not get irrigation, causing the loss of even more of the agriculture that keeps Grace going. Black Mountain Mining has declined to answer any questions at this time. We will have more on this story as it develops. And now, to Ollie Williams with the weather.
It's gonna rain!
Thanks, Ollie. And now to Blake for the rest of our news.
Tonight, we have just gotten word that Hallie Nolina has been kidnapped. Hallie is the daughter of Doc Homer and sister to Cody Nolina. Hallie was working in Nicaragua to teach the people how to farm better. Hallie's been in charge of 626 Bugs, a free program that allowed people to call and ask questions about their plants. Attacks by the Contras had been low while she had been there. One afternoon, while Hallie was in the cotton fields, the Contras came across the border to attack the chemical shed when they found Hallie and kidnapped her. The Department of Agriculture is urging the Nolina family to contact the President of the United States and other key figures to pressure the Contras into releasing her. Cody Nolina and members of the local Stitching Club have come together to do just that. They are attempting to bring major media coverage on the situation and are asking for anybody who would like to help to call Cody.
Due to the rising concern about the current condition of the river, many people are wondering what they can do to help. A local sewing club has taken up the next step, but rather than try and clean the river themselves, they have taken it upon themselves to do what they love, to raise awareness for Grace. Their solution?
Making piñatas. A local tradition that often included gathering real peacock feathers now ranges from old pictures and even encyclopedias to put together as piñatas. After they were complete, the ladies took the finished piñatas to Tucson to sell. Along with piñatas, buyers got a story about Grace and a paper that told the history of Grace. The piñatas brought overwhelming attention from both national and media, and many artists. CBS had decided to send an interview crew to interview the starter of the sewing club. The sewing club has made 2 or 3 trips to Tucson and has decided to put their fortune to good use. Eric Bell has more on this story.
I'm Eric Bell, and I'm outside some of the residents' houses here in Grace. And what they're doing here is they're measuring and documenting every part of their house. Now this will in turn give them a historic place status, and what that'll do is it'll protect the land, it'll protect Grace, and it'll mark it down as a national landmark, and it'll keep the waters from being too polluted and everything. So basically, as you can see behind me, one of the residents is measuring everything, so they have to document everything. And since this is an older town, there's not very much documentation. The money that was raised by the piñatas will actually go into helping fund for all of the photocopies and all the paper that they're going to need to document everything. And now back to Blake and Elliot in the studio.
Thanks, Eric. And to all of you who have tuned in, thanks for watching.
I'm Elliot Bailey.
And I'm Blake Brooks.
Join us next time on
Gracetown News.
So the money that was used by
That was good.
just keep rolling. Just keep rolling.
Tonight, we start with our first story. At Grace High School biology class.
Alright, let's just start that over.
I tried to read it. Was that a go?
Yeah. And now back to Blake and Elliot in the studio.
I probably should have started. Tonight, a biology class.
You already messed up with the third word. Hallie and Alina has been capped while napped while working in Negro.
I think I win this. I had to kind of think about it.
Oh my gosh, how do you say it?
Nicaragua.
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 See, it's like
Nicaragua.
okay, that was my bad.